Meme Tuesday, which is a weekly meme hosted by the Broken the Bookish blog, and I'm going to put a link to this week's post down in the TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside. So, this week's topic is top 10 books I've read so far in 2013. I think they're doing this because it's like the end of June, so half a year has gone by, and what are your favorite books of the year? I can do this. This was really easy for me because I keep a list of all of the books that I've read, all the books that I read. I've been doing this for a long time, at least 5 years, because whenever I started, however many years ago, it was because I made a New Year's resolution to read 50 books in a year, and I did that, and ever since then I've been doing it, and yeah, the last couple of years since I've been in school, it's more like 75 books a year, which is cool. So, I keep a list over on LiveJournal. I have a LiveJournal. I had it since like 2004 when I was in high school. And so, yeah, I'm not going to delete it. It's got like a lot of like stuff, the high school drama, memories, stuff I should probably want to forget, but I don't because whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so nowadays though I just use it for this list. Like just when I read a book I put it on the list so that I know where it is. I'm sure I could move the list to another like site that I use more often, but whatever. I like LiveJournal and I like just like keeping it active like that. Anyway, let's get started. I'm going to show you my top 10 books that I've read this year. Okay, let's go. So we're going to get started, and these books are actually in order of when I read them. Like, the first book is going to be the first one I read in this list. Like, and then going, you know? That makes sense. Okay, so number 1, The Tragedy Paper by, I don't know, Elizabeth LeBon. Number 1, The Tragedy Paper by Elizabeth LeBon. So good. It was so good. It's about a boy in boarding school, and it's like a dual narrative because he finds these tapes that this boy who had his dorm room before him left him. And he talks about this tragedy, and so like you listen to the boy's story, but then you get the current boy's story, and it's so good. It reminds me of 13 Reasons Why, just in like the setup of it. It doesn't deal with suicide, but just it does remind me of that a lot. Number 2, Swim the Fly by Don Kalami. I think I put this in a lot of my like top 10 lists. It's so good. It's a boy book. It's a funny young adult book that boys would enjoy, and I enjoy it because I enjoy boy stuff. Number 3, Flat Out Love by Jessica Park. This was a young adult romance, but it was just different than a lot of young adult romance. Like, there was something very, very quirky about it, also very intelligent, and just, it was so good. It was good, guys. Yep. Number 4, Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. I read this after I saw the movie, because when I went to see the movie, I didn't actually know it was a book, and the movie was so good, and this was so good, too. I actually think I liked the movie more, though, but shh, don't tell. Number 5, Crash and Burn by Michael Hassan. This was about violence in schools, and not exactly a school shooting, but it's the same idea. It's hard to explain. I don't want to give away what actually happens, but it's about these two boys and how they've known each other kind of for a very long time, and their paths, they're not friends, but their paths like keep intersecting, and like, and then one boy stops the other from what he is trying to do to the school. You know that from the beginning of the book. That's not, like, spoilery. It starts, like, after the fact, and he's, like, retelling this story, and it's so good. So good. It was, like, really, really fascinating. Ask the Passengers by A.S. King. This is about a girl kind of coming to terms with her own sexuality. She's dating a girl, but she doesn't really know if she's gay or if she just likes this one girl. And it's so interesting and so like heartwarming, and I love it. And I'm about to meet the author because she is going to be teaching at my school this semester, and in a couple weeks I actually got assigned to her workshop because we get put into workshop groups. And so like I just read this book like a month ago, and then I found out that she's going to read a story that I wrote, and I'm squeaking, getting excited. I will breathe now. But guys, I'm sure a lot of you, maybe not a lot, I'm sure some of you out there are writers as well as readers, and I mean, so if you are, you can probably understand, like, if you read someone's book and you just think they're really, really amazing, and then to know that they're going to read yours, like, Anyway, it was a really good book. Number 7, Between the Lines by Jodi Picoult and Samantha Von Leer. This was awesome. I mean, the reason it's in my top 10 list, it's kind of one of the last ones I selected, because it's not like it's like that, like, life-changing of a story, but it's very, very cute original concept, and it was really well done. And Jodi Picoult wrote it. It's her first young adult novel. She wrote it with her daughter because her daughter had the idea for this book, and that's cool. Yep. Number 8, Invisibility by Andrea Kramer and David Levithan. So good, guys. I did a review of this. I'm going to put a link to my review down in the TARDIS. Yep. It's about a boy in New York who's invisible and a girl who can see him, and it's just, I mean, come on. Number 9, Golden by Jessie Kirby. I also did a review of this one, so I'm going to put a link to that down in the TARDIS as well. This is about a girl who is is perfect in school and stuff and graduates and wants to change, and mystery and road trip, and it was just such a great contemporary young adult novel. And finally, number 10, Perfect Escape by Jennifer Brown. I just read this, and I meant to do a review of it, and I didn't remember that I forgot to do a review of it until just now when I've made this pile. So I'm doing a review of this. I don't know if the review will be up before or after this video. If it's up when I post this video, then I'm going to put a link to the review down in the TARDIS. Yeah. Anyway, it's about a girl who takes her brother who has OCD on a road trip. Basically, they're running away. Basically, she forces him to run away with her. And, well, I'm going to talk about it in my review, why I thought it was such a brilliant book. But yeah. So that's it, guys. Those are my top 10 books I have read so far this year. Now, this is definitely a question that all of you can answer. What are your favorite books that you've read this year? Yeah. I mean, these are all, fairly new. I don't know if they all came out exactly this year. A lot of them did, but anyway, here's my books. Here's my top 10. What's yours? What have you read this year? Most of these have come out this year, but even if they hadn't, I mean, just what did you like? What's your favorite reading so far? Half the year has gone by, guys. You've had to have read some good books. Let me know. This is getting heavy. I'm gonna put this down, and I guess that's it. That's all for today. I'm not doing next week's top 10 because I don't like the topic, so I won't see you next Tuesday, but I'll see you before then because I'm going to post a different video on a different day because this is what I do. Okay. Bye, guys. Ow. I'm going to put this down. Okay. Bye. Now go read.